Lesson 1. The river never rushes. The river does not rush, yet it arrives. Through mountains and valleys, it flows with grace, not haste. So why do you chase what is already on its way to you? Like the river, your journey is not meant to be forced. Trust the flow of time. Trust that what is meant for you is already finding its path. Tonight, breathe, let go of urgency, and know slow is not lost. Slow is sacred. Lesson 2. The candle that lights others. In the quiet of night, remember this. A candle loses nothing by lighting another flame. The more light you give, the brighter the world becomes. Generosity is not weakness, it is ancient strength. The wise gave without counting, and in return, they found peace. You are not empty because you give. You are filled by the act of giving. Let that thought warm you tonight. You carry a flame the world needs, and it will never go out by sharing. I'm done. Lesson 3. Even the moon takes time to become whole. Look up, even the moon grows slowly. Night by night, it shapes itself into fullness. Never rushing, never ashamed. Why then do you expect yourself to be perfect so quickly? The ancients watched the moon and understood. Wholeness is not a race, it is a rhythm. Some nights you'll shine bright, others you'll fade into shadow, but no phase lasts forever. Rest tonight knowing your light is returning, slowly, steadily, surely. Lesson 4. The tree stands because it learned to bend. The oak tree is strong, but not because it resists the wind. It stands tall because it learned how to bend. Ancient wisdom says it's not strength that survives the storm, but flexibility. Your struggles are not signs of weakness. They are winds shaping your roots. Bend, but do not break. Adapt, but stay grounded. Tonight, release the weight of trying to control it all. Like the tree, trust your roots and let the winds pass. Lesson 5. Silence holds the answers words cannot give. In a world of noise, silence is a forgotten treasure. The wise ones knew the truth speaks most clearly in stillness. Not every question needs an answer tonight. Not every wound needs to be solved right now. Some things only make sense in quiet. Let the silence wrap around you like a soft blanket. Breathe deeply and listen, not with your ears, but with your soul. The peace you seek isn't lost. It's simply waiting for you to be quiet enough to hear it. Lesson 6. What you chase runs. What you welcome stays. Ancient sages whisper a truth many forget. The more you chase peace, the farther it runs. The more you chase love, the more it hides. But when you become still, when you open your hands instead of clenching your fists, what is meant for you begins to return. Tonight, don't chase answers. Don't beg for sleep. Instead, welcome it. Create space with your breath, your stillness, your surrender. Let things find you. Not because you force them, but because your soul has become a safe place for them to stay. Lesson 7. The strongest walls are built within. Long ago, warriors were taught this. The greatest fortress is not made of stone, but of spirit. The world may shake, people may change, but if your inner walls are strong, nothing outside can truly break you. You don't need to fight every battle. Sometimes your calm is your shield. Sometimes your silence is your sword. As you rest tonight, remember, you are safest not in the noise, but in the quiet castle of your soul. Lesson 8. The fire within was meant to warm you, not burn you. Every soul carries a fire. The ancients called it purpose, spirit, divine breath. But fire, uncontrolled, becomes destruction. Burnout is not bravery. Exhaustion is not a badge. The wise tended their inner flame like a sacred lamp, not too dim, not too wild. Tonight, ask yourself, Am I feeding my fire, or am I letting it consume me? Rest is not weakness. It is how you keep your flame alive, gently glowing through the darkness. Lesson 9. The sky never apologizes for its changing colors. Sunrise, sunset, storm, stars. The sky never stays the same, and yet it never doubts its worth. Ancient wisdom says the soul, like the sky, must be allowed to change. You are not broken because you feel different today. You are not weak because you're softer than you were yesterday. Let your moods pass like clouds. Let your emotions shift like dusk and dawn. You don't owe the world a constant version of yourself. You only owe yourself the freedom to be real. Tonight, rest in that freedom. Let yourself just be. Lesson 10. The wise walk slowly even when they're late. In the old world, the sages walked slowly, not because they had nowhere to be, but because they valued each step. Hurry makes you miss the meaning. Speed steals presence. Even when the world pushes you to rush, wisdom invites you to slow down, to breathe, to observe, to live. Tonight, you are not late. You are not behind. You are exactly where your soul is meant to pause. Let this be your still moment, a quiet rebellion against the chaos of time. Lesson 11. Let the dust settle before you decide. The ancients taught, never judge the sky while the storm is still passing. Never decide in anger. Never speak in fear. Let the dust settle. Let the heart soften. Wisdom isn't loud. It waits patiently in the quiet that follows. Tonight, let your thoughts rest. You don't need to have all the answers right now. Sleep is not avoidance. It's preparation. Let the storm pass. In the morning, the path will be clearer because your soul will be still. Lesson 12. You are not what you've survived. You are what you've chosen to become. The old ones knew scars are not shameful. They are proof that you lived through the fire and kept walking. But survival is only the beginning. True strength lies not in what hurt you, but in what you built afterward. You are not your wounds. You are your will. Tonight, let your pain rest. Let your story be more than survival. Because in the quiet of night, healing begins with a choice to no longer be defined by what broke you, but by what you chose to become. Lesson 13. Water teaches us to yield without giving up. Watch the stream. It doesn't fight the rock. It flows around it. It doesn't argue with gravity. It follows it with grace. The ancients revered water for this reason. It yields, but it never surrenders. You don't have to fight everything. You can bend. You can adapt. That doesn't mean you've lost. It means you're wise. Tonight, let yourself soften. Flow around your worries, not through them. Like water, you're still moving forward, just in the quietest way possible. Lesson 14. Not every door is meant for you to enter. The elders taught, some doors remain closed not to punish you, but to protect you. Life is wise in ways we cannot see. When something doesn't open, it's not always rejection. Sometimes it's redirection. Your path is not delayed, just refined. You haven't failed. You've been guided. Tonight, release the doors you kept knocking on. Rest in the mystery of what's unfolding. The right door won't need to be forced. It will open when your soul is ready to walk through it. Lesson 15. The mountain doesn't apologize for its stillness. The mountain doesn't move, and yet it changes the sky. It doesn't chase anything, and yet everything flows around it. The ancient ones honored stillness, not as idleness, but as power. In stillness, clarity grows. In stillness, storms pass without taking root in you. Tonight, be like the mountain. Let your breath be steady, your heart grounded. You don't have to chase peace. You are allowed to become it. Be still and let the world adjust around your calm. Lesson 16. The wound is where the light begins. The sages whispered what the broken often forget. The wound is not the end of your story. It is the opening where the light finds its way in. Pain softens the hard places. Loss clears the clutter. What hurts today may teach you forever. Do not fear your brokenness. It's where your soul begins to breathe. Tonight, rest without trying to be whole. Let the cracks remain, because even the stars are born from darkness and shine through fractures in the sky. Lesson 17. The wise do not shout to be heard. In ancient times, it was said, the loudest voice often knows the least. True wisdom doesn't fight for attention. It waits to be found. You don't need to prove your worth. You don't need to raise your voice to matter. The mountain does not shout, yet all bow before its silence. Tonight, let your value rest in your presence, not your performance. Be calm, be quiet, be sure. You are enough, even when you say nothing at all. Lesson 18. Time is a circle, not a race. The ancient ones never rushed, because they understood something we've forgotten. Time is not a line you run along. It's a circle you live within. Seasons return, lessons repeat. Growth spirals inward before it shines outward. You are not behind. You are simply turning through your season. The flowers don't bloom all year, and still, no one doubts their beauty. Tonight, release the pressure to catch up. You are not late. You are becoming exactly on time. Lesson 19. You do not have to carry it all tonight. The elders would sit by the fire and remind the weary, even the earth rests beneath the moon. Even the stars take turns shining. You were never meant to carry everything at once. What's heavy today can be placed down tonight. Wisdom isn't in holding on, but in knowing when to let go, even if just for a while. So breathe. Set your burdens beside the bed like shoes, and remind your soul, it's okay to rest now. The weight will still be there tomorrow, but you won't carry it the same. Lesson 20. The answer often arrives after the question is forgotten. The wise ones never rushed to solve life's puzzles. They knew some truths bloom in silence, not in searching. The answer doesn't always come when you demand it. It arrives gently when you've stopped looking so hard. Like a feather falling in still air. Like rain after a long silence. Tonight, stop trying to figure it all out. Let the questions go. Sleep not because everything is clear, but because peace often comes before clarity. Lesson 21. The seed doesn't doubt the darkness. Deep in the soil, where no light reaches, the seed waits. It doesn't panic. It doesn't question. It trusts the dark, because that's where roots grow. The ancients knew, not all darkness is danger. Some darkness is sacred. It is where transformation begins. Tonight, if you feel buried, remember, you are not lost. You are planted. Rest, knowing your growth is already happening, even if you can't yet see the bloom. Lesson 22. A calm mind sees what a tired one cannot. The elders would wait until the water stilled before peering into it, because only in stillness does the reflection become clear. Your mind is no different. When it's restless, it distorts truth. When it's calm, it understands. You don't have to solve everything tonight. You just need rest, because rest sharpens vision. Let your thoughts slow. Let your breath deepen. The answers will come, not in the noise, but in the calm that follows. And tonight, that calm is here for you. Lesson 23. The fruit takes time after the flower falls. In nature, beauty is not the end. It is the beginning. The flower blooms, and then it falls. Only then does the fruit begin to form, hidden, quiet, unseen. The ancient ones knew. Progress is not always visible. Just because you don't see results doesn't mean they aren't growing. Tonight, let that truth comfort you. Your bloom may have passed, but your fruit is on the way. Trust the unseen. Trust the slow ripening of things. Your harvest is coming, quietly, steadily, in its own time. Lesson 24. Peace is found when you stop arguing with reality. The old philosophers would say, suffering begins where resistance begins. The river doesn't argue with the stone. The tree doesn't beg the wind to change direction. And yet, we spend our energy fighting what already is. Peace isn't found in changing the world. It's found in accepting the moment. Tonight, stop wrestling with what can't be undone. Release your grip. Let the night be what it is. Dark, quiet, and full of things you don't have to fix. Peace is here, the moment you stop pushing it away. Lesson 25. The wise keep their hearts soft, even after the breaking. The ancient souls were not wise because they avoided pain. They were wise because they let pain shape them, not harden them. A heart that stays soft after breaking holds the deepest kind of strength. Anyone can shut down. Anyone can build walls. But it takes courage to feel again, to trust again, to love again. Tonight, let your heart exhale. It doesn't have to be guarded in the dark. Your softness is not a flaw. It's your most sacred truth. Let it stay open, even